Okay, what's going on, guys? Chili Games again, and I have just recently unlocked the Yudachi from the campaign. It is kind of late when I'm recording this, but I figured I was like, this is my first game in the ship, so I had this game, and I was like, we might as well talk about it. Like, this pretty much ended exactly how I figured it would. So, Yudachi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at torpedo boats, mainly because I lose my cool and am not patient enough. 100%, not going to deny it. And for my commander, I'm using Togo, and I'm actually using the extra consumable perk for kind of a meme, because I just wanted to see what the torpedo reload booster was like. So, first game going out here. I think my detection's actually like 5.2, so it's not the best. It's basically without Swirsky and without Fragile Threat. It's decent, I guess. 5.2 is not terrible, but for this thing, it's not that great. I know most people are under 5, but it's whatever. You work with what you got. And so I am quickly going around this island with my speed boost because I do not want to go out any further because I risk getting spotted. That's a huge, very popular play, is to just kind of rush that little island that you just saw to the left, and it's really easy to get spotted there. So we didn't want to do that. Smoke screen's coming out, and at the time I didn't know who this was, and you see me checking who has a smoke screen. That's either Destroyer or it is their Edinburgh. So torps are out anyways, and I actually have a pretty. Oh, I was checking to see who's behind me. Have a pretty, you know, pretty decent shot here. So right now what I'm doing is I'm scouting sideways, and that way I can disengage. So as soon as I get spotted like this, I can go ahead and start turning away from this Kagero. And notice how I don't shoot my guns here because I don't know who else is with him. And also, if this, I don't want to be permanently spotted if there's someone else here. So while this guy is spotted, I am basically keeping this guy lit up, and he is super dead. And luckily, our entire spawn was paying attention, and that is an easy kill. Destroyer is out of the game, and bam, not too bad there. We really just kind of baited that guy. He had us beat on detection by, I think, about, he had like 4.8, 4.7, so that's huge. So next what I'm doing is I see that both of their battleships are going over to this spawn. King George is over here, and then I was like, you know what, like, I'm going over here. I want to use these torpedoes. Oh boy, and I gotta say, after the first game, can't really make too many, like, can't say much about it. However, I know a lot of people say that they like the ship a lot. It's pretty much, it seems like a better Kagero in my opinion. And I will say the Torps absolutely smack targets. Yeah, you'll see in about two minutes. Also, one thing that you can see is I'm not running the 80 knot torpedoes, the 7 kilometer 80 knots. One, because I don't have Tanaka at a high enough level to get him over. Um, well, I just didn't really have him leveled up enough. Since I'm using Togo, I have 2 inspiration slots, and I'm using Sims and Bay. So right now, I wanted to stick with the 10 kilometer stock torpedoes, and 71 knots. I feel like these things are pretty deadly here. So Benson, God, it feels so weird outspotting people like this. Outspotting the Benson there, pretty much just kind of bullying people back into concealment, and we're just kind of chilling here. I remembered that King George was also sailing around the island and took a prediction torp shot there. Used my reload booster because I saw this Vladivostok was turning in. And I'm saving this last salvo of torps, because the angle's a little bit weird. He could easily turn left there and dodge those torpedoes. And This is my first devastating strike. Oh my god. 4 torpedoes. 100% dead. That is disgusting. We end up hitting the Vladivostok on the nose. He has to use damage con. Unfortunately, this one hits him. No flooding, but 18,000 damage. We're at 100,000 damage right now. Like, are you kidding me? Man, I haven't used. I really have not used Japanese destroyers much since I first got into them when the game first came out. Or well, to me. But man, that is these torpedoes absolutely scream, and they are absolutely devastating. I think the 10-kilometer torps are going to be more of a viable build in my opinion. I don't have the detection to really use the 7-kilometer ones. I know you can get them up to about 8, but however, since my detection is only 5.2, I don't know. It would be difficult for me to use them unless they were coming towards me like this at Vladivostok. And right now we're pretty much just trying to stay as close as possible and also stay away from that plane and just really piss this guy off. End up getting another one on the nose. Thankfully for him, he is in the Vladivostok, so he gets his damage control back, and my controller died. Oh boy. If you know me, this happens to me all the time. I get a message that my controller's dead, I forget about it. 30 minutes later, I'm pooping my pants and waiting for this Vladivostok to turn, and we predict right, he's turning this way. Unfortunately, we don't get lucky enough. I saw this Benson, and not gonna lie, I was hoping that he was a little bit more hurt, but we smoke up nevertheless, and we're basically fine. Benson has no. If that was any other destroyer with Hydro, we would have been really screwed here, but we're basically okay. The plane spots us a little bit, but our smoke's still going out. There's not enough spotting on us, and we get away pretty scot-free there. Smoke up, run away from the Benson. We're good to go. Now, the next thing that we're going to be doing is playing Ring Around the Rosie with this Benson and the Vladivostok, and I don't know. You see me here. I'm holding on to torpedoes. I'm really trying to play torpedoes better. Being a little bit more patient, because I know it's something I need to work on, because I like to shoot torps as soon as I see an indicator, and I just, obviously sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and I do have bad luck. And going for the Benson here, since I'm undetected because of my smoke screen, which worked out beautifully. These guns still hurt. They do quite well. At this point, I am fully committing towards that Benson because I know he's hurt. I know I outspot him, and I know there's no way, no, absolutely no way he'll be able to outgo me with that amount of health, and with me having almost 14,000. I apologize if I sound stuffy. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Shooting widespread torps. I didn't know he was this. If I didn't know he was this this weak, I wouldn't have shot those torps. But basically, those torps were just something to distract him. So if he would have had more health, he would have had to evade those. I was just shooting them in his general direction. I wasn't necessarily trying to kill him. I was just trying to clutter his screen and, possibly hit him. But since they're widespread, probably not. But, just distract him, give him something to worry about on his screen other than just trying to gun me down. So, oh boy, Yudachi. I haven't really seen that many in game. I've obviously had a couple games where there's been 3. I've been running Fletcher most of the night. It's been quite fun. There's a lot of bad players in it. It's extremely squishy. You let a Fletcher get a hold of you, or honestly, really anything, and it's over pretty easily. So, like all the tier 7 campaign ships, you're gonna see a lot of bad players in it, and it's gonna really kind of just like kind of wreck tier 7 for the next week or so, however long. So, good luck everybody with that. I'm not really too excited about it. Uh, I don't think the ship is overpowered. I just think it's another. I mean, torpedo boats are strong in Legends already, so it's just another really good torpedo boat. So I wouldn't say it's overpowered. It's just torpedo boats are meta, and it's a really meta ship right now. So definitely top tier destroyer. A pain in the butt, especially if you're in like some sort of like a Fletcher. Like I think my Fletcher detection is like 5.6. So a good Yudachi commander is going to be having, less than 5. So the fact that they can outspot me for almost a kilometer is quite scary. Not that doesn't mean that he's going to beat me at a gunfight, but if I have to stay spotted and I don't know who's spotting me and I can't kill that target that's spotting me, that leaves me open to a whole lot of enemy fire. So I don't know. I think this might be the worst iteration of a tier 7 campaign ship. Jean Bart was pretty bad in terms of matchmaking. Jean Bart was pretty bad, obviously. Kutuzov was pretty bad. I think this might be the worst. Everyone's going to be running around with 5-kilometer detection, shooting out 16 torpedoes like I am at 70 knots. Man, it is just not a fun time when they release these ships. I really hope they don't. I think they really need to stop doing the tier 7 ships right now. They just need to give it a break. I don't know, it ruins matchmaking for the next like 2 weeks, and it gets quite old. And obviously, my opinion on the ships, they're not difficult to get. So it really kind of just taints the entire whatever is left of tier 7. So this is going to be my first game in the Yudachi. Hope to get some more out for you guys. Obviously, I'm at work, and I appreciate you guys so much for the support. And I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Hope you guys enjoy and have fun swimming with the fishes in tier 7 right now. Peace.